welcome back to Northeast Anglers. We're here with Captain Steve on the Hammerhead fishing charters. Steve, today we're going to be going out fishing. Can you explain what we're going to be doing today?
Yeah, we're going to be taking my boat out. It's a 26-foot Shamrock Mackinac. It's a single screw inboard. What we're going to do today is we're going to look to clam in Raritan Bay. We're going to show you 3 different methods of rigging, a couple different types of hooks, putting out some chum pots. We'll be using live whole clams, fresh clams, and what we're going to do is we're going to fish with 2 or 3 different techniques. We're going to fish with egg sinkers, we're going to fish with slides, and we're going to use circle hooks, J hooks, and 3-way swivels. So you'll get to see 2 or 3 different techniques to clam with. All of them are effective, they all work. It's basically personal preference. Hopefully you'll get to see all of them in action.
All right, guys, you heard it from Captain Steve. Stay tuned.
Anglers with Captain Steve B. So, Captain, what are we using for a rig here today?
Well, what we're going to do is we're going to rig a couple different ways, Pete, so everybody can see a couple different techniques. First way that we're going to do, first of all, we're starting off with braid. We are kind of sold on the braid issue. We don't use a lot of mono anymore. The braid, we get extra strength with less diameter, less drag, lets us use less weight on the water.
Right.
So we're kind of sold on the braid. What we're going to do on this rig is this is a slider. It's a fish finding rig. All right, we're going to use 3-ounce sinker here for today. And what we have is we have about a 3-foot length of fluorocarbon, 25-pound fluorocarbon leader. This is a 7-0 long shank bait holder hook. What we're going to do is we're going to hook a whole clam on here, and then this one will be ready to go in the water.
All right, Captain, so what do we got here?
All right, this is going to be the second type of rig we're going to use today. This is essentially the same exact setup as the first spray rig. All right, we got the braided line, we have the fish finder rig, we have a swivel, about 3 feet of 25-pound fluorocarbon. But what we're going to do here is we're going to set this one on a circle hook. The circle hook, essentially the fish will hook itself. Get real good hookups, usually in the corner of the mouth. It's supposed to be very good for saving the species and for preserving this fish. No kills because you get a real good lip hookup, easy to unhook the fish, easy to put them back in the water.
Hey, Captain, so tell me what type of rod we're using here today.
All right, what we're using here today is it's a rod made by the Star Company. This is a handcrafted series. This is a 7-0. It's a good versatile rod. It'll handle from 15 to 25-pound test. A little bit heavier on the braid. We're going 40-pound braid right here. Good all-around rod. You could bottom fish with this rod. You could striper fish with this rod, bluefish. This is one of my favorite rods that we have out. Reel-wise, we have an Avid, an Avid. We've gone to the lever drags as much as we can lately for this type of fishing. It's just much easier to, instead of playing with the star drag and trying to get it right, get the lever drag back into the strike position and you're ready to fight the fish. Alright, the way we attach the hook to the fluorocarbon leader is we tie a snell. What you do is you come through the offset eye, you make a loop, and pinch the loop against the hook. Then you take a wrap around the shank of the hook and through your loop. Around the shank of the hook, through your loop. Minimum of 5 times. I like to go 6 or 7 at least. Okay, once you get it through and you keep your knots in line, you grab the tag end, you hold it down and start snugging from the other end. You bring the hook tight, let go of the tag end. What I usually do is take it, I have this hook right here, I wrap my hand so I don't cut my hand and just give a good tug on it. That's a good snell. Alright, then we'll cut off what's left on the tag end. We're ready to go.
Alright, Cam, I see we did 3 other setups, and we got something a little different here. You want to just tell us a little bit about it?
Yeah, Pete, now that the tide's running good and the rods are staying pretty straight out behind the boat, what we're going to do is we're going to bait one up with a 3-way swivel. What this does is this gives you the option to adjust the height that you want the bait to ride in the water. You can adjust the height by adjusting the leader length here that you have going down to the side of the side of the 3-way that goes to the sinker. What you have is you have your main line hooked to one side, you have your sinker leader coming to the other side, and you have your hook leader coming to the third side. Now what we usually do with this when we're fishing a 3-way is, whatever pound test we're fishing 25-pound test on the hook. We'll fish with 15 or 20-pound tests, much lighter tests on the sinker side. This way, if you do get snagged and you get hung up, it should break off on the sinker side and leave your hook and your bait, everything else intact, and your main line.
That's a great tip. All right, guys, we're back at the docks now. We had an awesome day fishing. We had a couple of different techniques that we tried. Captain, you just explain what we did and how everything worked for us today.
Well, we went out to the bay when we did some clamming for stripers. We're pretty successful. We showed you 3 different techniques early on. We actually caught fish on all 3 techniques today. Worked to perfection. Good day on the water. We ended up with 5 keepers and probably about 10 throwbacks. Real good day of Raritan Bay spring striper fishing.
So guys, check them out at hammerheadfishingcharters.com. All right, until next time, fish on.